the law.
Alright, so here is my EGR cooler. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Recently I've been getting a lot of questions whether if it's worth voiding the warranty or is tuning worth it because you guys are scared of the warranty process. So let's go over all the warranty aspect of tuning. So first things first, I'm going to tell you guys my personal experience and my point of view on why I did what I did, and then hopefully go from there and make your own decisions from this information that I give you. But first things first, let's go over warranty, right? So there's a lot of misconception and bad information out there. A lot of people think whenever you tune your truck, whether it be with like the Pulsar, Banks, Derringer, everyone thinks it voids the warranty completely, right? But there's also like, what does voiding the warranty mean? Just because you have tuning, you don't have warranty anymore on your truck. You just don't have warranty on like the powertrain aspect of it 90% of the time. If my truck is fully tuned and deleted and my radio stops working, your radio is still covered under manufacturer's warranty. If your truck has lift wheels and tires and your rear window starts leaking, your rear window is still covered under manufacturer's warranty. Manufacturer's warranty is only going to be voided with the parts that you've altered. The dealership technically, legally, has to provide that the aftermarket part did cause that issue. For example, if you lift your truck and your lower ball joint goes bad, then yeah, they're not going to warranty it under manufacturer's warranty. And also moving parts, they don't warranty anyway. I don't think, unless you only have like 1,000 miles. But so like, let's say you fully tuned and deleted your truck and you have transmission issues, yeah, your transmission is not going to be covered under warranty, and the dealership is going to be able to identify that the tune did cause the issue by looking at like a torque curve and stuff like that. But if you have, let's say, the Derringer or the Pulsar, those don't flash your computer, so in theory it doesn't leave any kind of trace, right? With the Banks Derringer, it doesn't even get attached to your ECM. It doesn't leave any trace whenever you unplug it. Depending on the dealership, you can actually go in there with the Derringer and they won't care. Some dealerships, anytime they see any kind of aftermarket components, they'll use that for any excuse, right, to not work on your vehicle. Let's say if you have a CTS3, just a monitor, and you take it to the dealership, some dealerships are going to look at that monitor and be like, oh, that's a tuner, we're not going to work on it, your truck's out of warranty. But some dealerships are cool, some dealerships aren't. The Derringer, I know it doesn't leave any kind of trace. However, I have heard stories where people take the vehicle in there, they unplug the Derringer, and let's say they have like transmission issues or whatever, or injector issues or whatever, and it's still under that manufacturer's warranty. I have seen cases where the dealerships will go into the computer and looked at all the horsepower and the torque numbers, and then see that it's gone over the manufacturer's standard. With the Pulsar, it's going to be the same thing, but I've also read on these forums that people have Pulsars, and before they bring their vehicle for warranty work, they'll either unplug it or they'll just go in there with the Pulsar, and like I said, the dealerships won't care. Main part of this video is going to be, obviously my truck doesn't have powertrain warranty, and I know that. I have modified my truck to where it is not under manufacturer's warranty EGR, and I don't expect it to. Let me tell you guys exactly why I did it, and tell you guys if it has been worth it for me or not. Previously, like all the Duramaxes that I've had, I bought them with over 100,000 miles, so none of them ever had warranty. So making the decision of tuning and deleting was easy. It's like, I don't have warranty, so let's go ahead and do it. When I bought this truck, it was only like a year old, if that. It was still covered under full manufacturer's warranty, and it was the first time ever in my life that I had a vehicle that was covered under warranty, and it was kind of cool. And I thought to myself, if anything happens to this truck, it's covered under warranty. So I was kind of hesitant. It only had 12,000 miles, and I was very hesitant to delete it. And honestly, I was gonna wait until I hit like maybe 25,000 miles, because with these trucks, when I bought this truck, I had 5-inch lift and 37s. These L5Ps are very powerful stock. It spun 37s like they were nothing, and I didn't have any issues. I didn't really feel like I needed that extra power for anything. The part that made me realize, screw warranty, I don't need it, was when I bought this truck, previous owner had let me know that he's been taking this truck to a local dealership here, trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with the steering, because one, it makes like this clunking sound, especially whenever you're turning at like lower speeds, or just even driving in general and hitting bumps at lower speeds. It makes like clunking sound in the steering column. The truck does sway like a little bit side to side, especially when you're going at high speeds like 75, 80. He said it almost made him feel uncomfortable because of how it swayed at higher speeds when he's pulling 10 to 15,000 pounds behind him. So he's been taking it to a dealership. He could not figure it out, and I test drove it. It wasn't bad, but I definitely noticed the clunking and the swaying a little bit on the interstate, and it kind of made me feel uncomfortable too, just because my last truck, I had fully upgraded the whole front end with kryptonite / cognito parts. So like my steering was firm, and I was used to that. And then driving this truck, everything was not as tight as my last truck. I made a video about my experience on how it had a little bit of play and all that stuff, and a lot of you guys gave me feedback saying that there is a service bulletin. A local person messaged me and said, look, I have an appointment at the dealership that's here in town. He told me to go in and talk to this specific person, and they'll probably get me taken care of as well. So I go in, tell them, look, this person sent me, I'm having the same issue, can you make me an appointment? He goes, cool, let's get you an appointment made. But he didn't really probe or anything like that. I was trying to think for how other customers would have been treated. Luckily, this truck's been to the shop and looked over it and figured out it wasn't anything wrong with the shop, right? But had it been somebody else that's never taken it to the shop, then that person would have waited 2 weeks, went to the dealership, and then had to make an appointment with the shop, have the shop take a look at it, and then go back to the dealership, right? That's frustrating. All right, so 2 weeks later, I tell him my name, and I tell him, basically, I go over what we talked about the first time, like 2 weeks ago, and this man looks at me like I'm stupid and does not remember anything that we talked about. So that did not give me any confidence. But, you know, I don't blame him. He probably talks to hundreds of people. And two, he looks up and sees that my truck is lifted and automatically blames the lift kit, and then tells me, look, you need to take it back to the shop. I told him, I said, look, it's been to the shop, and they looked over it and they confirmed that it is not the lift kit. And I told you this the first time I was here, that it is a very common problem with these 2020 trucks. Somebody else was here, they got that component replaced, and they told me that it fixed it. And he straight up looks at me and lies and says that they have not worked on that vehicle, or they have not worked on this specific issue. And I know he's lying, because I've had people tell me that they got it replaced at that dealership. So that right there kind of started off our interaction very badly. I had no confidence in him. It irked me that he blamed the lift kit. All of that should have been talked about the first time I was there, before I made the appointment, before I waited 2 weeks. He tells me he'll call me whenever the truck is ready. And I looked at him and go, I'm waiting. We went over this last week and you said it was cool. And he's like, well, we have leftover work from yesterday that we need to finish, so we're not going to get you started on your truck until later today, and we'll call you when it's done. And otherwise, you're going to be waiting here all day. And it's like, dude, like, whatever y'all didn't finish yesterday is really not my problem. Like, I have an appointment for 8 o'clock this morning. And he's like, yeah, 8 o'clock this morning is to see me. I was like, why do I need to see you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm about to go sit down and wait. Something just told me that, look, I'm probably going to waste 8 hours here, and he's going to end up coming back and telling me it's the lift kit. And I just felt that vibe, so I just grabbed my keys and left. That was my first warranty experience. Like my steering column is still not fixed. I still have that rattle and the clunking sound, even after upgrading my idler and pitman arm with kryptonite. So I got heavy duty idler and pitman arm, which the steering is much firmer, but that issue still persists. And also the guy that works there tried to tell me loose steering on GMs, loose steering is just normal on these GM trucks. Like, dude, that doesn't give me any confidence, and it's never normal to have loose steering. And how are you going to tell that to the customer? That is just so wrong. Anyway, that was my first initial experience with having warranty, and that left a really bad taste in my mouth. I was like, look, my truck is covered under warranty. At that point, I was like, you know, warranty sucks. Like, I don't care. And plus, when these 2020s came out, and the L5Ps in general, when the pandemic first started, I used to have people messaging me asking if I knew anybody that had deleted the 2020 or other L5Ps that no longer needs their def tank or their emissions components. The truck is covered under warranty, but the dealerships can't get parts. So I've had people message me and say, look, dealerships can't get parts. My truck is down for 30 days. I'm willing to just buy somebody else's def tank because like the heater or whatever went out. They were willing to just pay out of their pocket to buy it so that way they can have a truck. Your truck is covered under warranty, but dealerships can't get parts. So like, what good is having warranty if you can't get parts? Yeah, that kind of made me realize, look, I don't really need warranty. I have no faith in my local dealership if something does go wrong. And two, if something does go wrong and I need my emissions components warranty, they don't have parts. So if I delete my truck, I'm never going to run into those emissions related issues. My case is a little bit different. I'm very blessed to have this as my job, to where everything I build and everything I modify to this truck is content, and it brings me revenue. So let's say, for example, if like injectors go bad and I have to put new injectors or upgrade the injectors, it's an opportunity to make content. Yes, it sucks having to pay like $3-4 grand to upgrade the injectors, but I'm blessed to be able to say that this is my job and it's an opportunity. Not everyone's going to be able to relate. For you as a consumer, is deleting going to be worth it? I kind of want to ask you guys, on these trucks, on these newer trucks, for the most part, a lot of the things that I see people having issues with, it is emissions related. For example, a lot of people have issues with the DPF clogging up. If you do a lot of short driving, let's say you do a lot of city driving and you don't let your truck run for more than 30 minutes to an hour. Let's say you don't let the regen complete and you shut the truck off. Next time you turn the truck on, it's going to regen again. You don't drive enough, shut the truck off, and it doesn't complete the regen. It's going to keep the cycle going until it completes the regen. Eventually, you're going to get a message on your dash that tells you to drive for a certain amount of time to complete the regen. That kind of is an inconvenience. So when the truck goes to regen, it sucks your fuel big time. I've noticed when I drove to Tennessee, I think I averaged like 15 miles per gallon, and this was before I tuned and deleted my truck. During regen, I would see it go down as low as like 10. So it sucks up your fuel bad. However, it does make it a little bit more fun to drive because it's pushing more fuel. A lot of the issues that you have with these newer trucks are related to the emissions. I have people reach out to me telling me that the def heater went out and they need to replace the whole def tank, or dealerships can't get another one. You have to wait 30 days. But here, I'm not trying to scare any of you guys. I'm sure there's thousands and thousands of stock trucks that don't have any issues. It's probably select 5% that have issues, and that's really all you're going to hear. That's kind of how things work. Whenever things are good, you don't really hear about it, but whenever things are bad, that's when you hear about it. So there's thousands and thousands of stock trucks with emission components that work flawlessly, but there's also a select few that's going to have issues. So I guess to end this video, I kind of want to leave the ball in your court. A diesel truck having that straight pipe exhaust sound, is that something that you want, right, to consider? And two, in my opinion, I feel like the emission system is going to need some repair, and usually it's going to be after the warranty. ends. So you're going to be paying $2,000 to $5,000 for that repair bill in 4 or 5 years, or do you just want to pay that and delete it and not have to worry about it in the future? Also, drivability. Whenever you tune your truck, you can customize it with your tuner and upgrade the drivability. So it's all up to you guys. I hope everything in this video helped you guys. Leave a comment below. Maybe I'll make a part 2 with more questions you guys have. But thank you guys so much for everything. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Like, comment, and subscribe.